Okay, in this segment, we are going to be exploring origins of prejudice. Where does prejudice come from? There are many agents of socialization, such as parents, peers, culture, and media, that teach stereotyping, prejudice, and discrimination both intentionally and unintentionally. Parents are particularly strong agents of socialization. This Broadway song focuses on racism. Listen.
You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made, and people's skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught.
In the infant study, new parents were interviewed within 24 hours of their baby's birth. There were no differences between male and female newborns in height, weight, or other aspects of physical appearance. Yet the parents of girls rated their babies softer, smaller, more delicately featured, while boys were rated as stronger, larger, more alert, and better coordinated. Babies are treated differently based on gender from birth. Girls are discouraged from getting dirty, playing rough. Boys are encouraged to. Teenage girls are protected, while brothers generally get later curfews and are encouraged to be independent, and so on. The media is also a powerful source of socialization, including TV, film, music, magazines, etc. In the media commercials study, male college students viewed sexist or non-sexist TV commercials. Then they interacted with a female confederate, and judges, who did not know which set of commercials each man had seen, rated videotapes of the interactions. The men who watched the sexist commercials tended to treat the females in significantly more objectifying manners, such as referring to her with terms of endearment, openly checking out her body, etc. Media also affects men and women's self-perception. Media images of impossibly thin or proportioned females have had powerful effects on women's body images. This has led to the epidemic of eating disorders like anorexia and bulimia that are prevalent in the United States. Women suffer the most from this effect because they are stereotypically judged more by their looks than men. But graphic images of buff, pumped male models are becoming increasingly common in the media, and research is pointing to a growing number of teenage boys and men who are taking steroids and other drugs that are detrimental to their health in order to look more like these muscular male models. Many things can lead to illusory correlations. Illusory correlations being false beliefs about the fact or extent to which two things are related. One example is a kernel of truth. So a kernel of truth can lead to illusory correlations. Yes, it is true that Asians show slightly higher math scores than Caucasians overall. To assume an Asian is, or even that most Asians are good at math, though, is to ignore the base rate. Say this is your database of scores. So here's your data set. See all the ticks in here and the two columns. So here's Asian and here is Caucasian. Yes, the Asian scores start a bit higher and end a bit higher than the Caucasian scores. But 99-point-some%, the majority by far of Asians, are performing at the same rate as Caucasians. No wonder many Asians find this stereotype at worst irritating and at best humorous. Social identity theory is the theory that people favor in-groups over out-groups to enhance their self-esteem. One study was conducted on a campus where there was a widely held negative stereotype of the Jewish American princess. Participants were given bogus positive or negative feedback about their performance on a test to bolster or threaten their self-esteem. In a second, supposedly unrelated study, participants evaluated a job applicant of whom half were led to believe was Jewish. Finally, participants were given a self-esteem test. Participants whose self-esteem had been threatened rated the applicant significantly lower when believing she was Jewish. Additionally, the more negatively they rated her, the better they felt about themselves afterward. Social identity theory. Realistic conflict theory is the theory that hostility between groups is caused by perceived competition. Notice the word perceived. Prejudice, negative feelings about a group, can cause illusions of competition. So the competition doesn't even have to be real. It can just be imagined to create this kind of conflict. Take the example of anti-immigration in America as a result of a bad economy. When the most fervent are questioned, it is found they genuinely believe that minorities are taking needed jobs. But statistics show that there are no shortage whatsoever of the types of jobs that are held by far by most immigrants.